my sunshines. Thanks for coming back. You guys, today's video is going to be about the pantry. The dreaded pantry that I had been putting off for so long. But I couldn't sleep one night. I got up, y'all, at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I started doing a little bit in that pantry. So I don't have a before picture. I just worked on it when I could. I've made it as functional as I can for now. You know, it could change. You guys already know, you know me. So it could change. Got a little bit of that pantry done, and I'm pretty happy with it. Got a little bit of that pantry done, and I'm pretty happy with it. Have a little bit of laundry suggestions for you guys if you're having issues or trouble keeping up with your laundry. Okay, let me just throw this in there. Y'all don't look at none of this. Okay, let me just explain why I look like this. This morning, I had an early appointment, and got a little health issue going on. Nothing serious at this point. I'm not concerned about it. But did have to go in real early this morning. You know, they're keeping an eye on something that is going on with me. You know, I won't have to go back for 6 months. A good sign that I can wait 6 months. But my point is, I had to get up real early this morning, and sometimes you just have to go in the raw. You know, you just gotta get up, get dressed, do a little something so you don't look dead, you know. But as far as the hair and stuff, you just gotta go all natural. And, you know, believe me, I envy those folks that have good hair and they can just like get up in the morning and brush it or take a shower and blow dry it and it looks good. But y'all, this is what I get when I try to do that. But that's what I did. I didn't want to mess with it. And it's like kinky, curly in some places. Some places it's not. It's like frizz, you know. But it don't matter. Sometimes I just do whatever I got to do to get out the door, to get to an appointment or whatever. So there you go. That's why this is looking all cray. Okay. All right. So this video, you guys, yes, a little bit of laundry. Yes. And I'm telling you guys, the way I have my laundry system set up, and I had it when I had a child at home too. It worked. It worked. It did. So I want to share that with you guys. I also want to share, of course, the pantry, where I'm at on it. You know, do I think it is perfect, or it's like Pinterest? You know, I watch all these YouTube videos and it's like, oh, it's so nice, you know, it's so beautiful, everything matches, the labels all match, and, you know, everything is just so. Now, I do like things to be so, you know. I want my pillows to be straight on that couch, you know, or the bed or whatever. But as far as the pantry goes, there's a little misconception, because I've watched many YouTube videos and their pantries just look totally awesome. And they work so hard on it, you know. But I'm like, where's your bread? Where's your bread? Where's your hamburger buns? Where is you know, just random things, you know. I think, you know, some YouTubers, they will take everything out and then they'll make it look picture perfect, and then they're left with a whole counter full of stuff that doesn't, you know, it might be a different color, or it doesn't fit. It doesn't work for that aesthetic for the video they're wanting to put out. And so, y'all, I watch it all the time. And so my video is a realistic, very non-Pinterest pretty pantry. We have to be realistic, you guys. We've got to be realistic, and we've got to do what works for us. And we're different. All of us are different, you know. I've seen these kitchens that are incredible. They are beautiful. But then I'm like, where's your microwave? What'd you do with that? You don't have one. Maybe they don't want one. But then I'm like, where's your coffee pot? You don't drink coffee? Where's that? You know, it's just strange things that I have encountered while I'm watching YouTube videos, like in my genre, okay, the home stuff. But I'm like, this looks fantastic. It looks phenomenal, incredible, okay? But I'm like, where's this extra stuff? What are you doing? I mean, I'm all about aesthetics. I am. Bad. I am. But on the other hand, we do have to be realistic. We have to have spaces for ugly stuff. We do. And doing that pantry, I tried to keep that in mind, and I thought, you know, it's not, you don't have to have, this pantry is for food. It's not for decor. So anyway, you guys, I hope this helps y'all. This is one of your, I say it all the time, cover your eyeballs and we'll just go from there. But y'all, this is my pantry and where I'm at on it. And so far it's working out pretty good. It's not beautiful. No, it ain't. And I also wanted to share with you about that laundry, how I do it and keep up on it and all that stuff. So we're just going to keep rocking on, you guys. Okay. See you guys in a second. What I have done so far in the pantry. Now, where I have failed on this clip is, well, number one, I don't have the lights on. Y'all know how I do with the lights. I don't know why. I don't know why. I started on the pantry. Y'all, I'll just tell you, I did not film the before because I did most of this at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I got up, I couldn't sleep, and if you're going through menopause, you know what I'm talking about. You just don't sleep. So got up and thought, you know, I can go in here and start doing a little bit of stuff. Now, let's go in here and I'll just show you guys what I've done so far. Now, it is not Pinterest pretty. It's not. What I did do, gosh, I don't even know where to start with it, y'all. I put all my baking stuff. It's not all the baking stuff. There's rice and panko, breadcrumbs, and all kinds of stuff on the top. Seasonings. Y'all, I had those up here. I had those on a Lazy Susan. Well, it did not work, and this is a good example. They were too big. I could only put, you know, maybe 4 or 5 on there, and it just did not work for these big containers. So that's why they're lined up, because it's easy. I mean, it's so much easier. You see what you got. You can just reach up there and get it. Well, I say I can. I can't reach up there. And that's something else I'm going to have to get, is a small step stool to be able to reach this upper shelf. Now, what I have decided to do, I decided to put all of my appliances on in one area here, okay? And if you guys can remember my last pantry, it wasn't this deep, but it had shelves on all sides. But what it did not have was a shelf on the bottom. So I was having to put stuff on the floor. Okay, I didn't like that. Like appliances. I did not like setting appliances on the floor. So I'm very fortunate to be able to have this bottom shelf here. Now, okay, so what I did, and y'all, I'm just going to hit the high spots, okay? It's not going to be that in depth. I just tried to put
my vinegars together, my oils together, my spices together, my baking stuff and things that need to be stored in a container. Put that stuff together. Over here, I just tried to put my canned stuff together on both of these shelves, and y'all, it's too much. I got to go through this stuff. It's too much for 2 people. So tried to designate, because I don't bake much, so I didn't really need a whole shelf for like baking. So just designated that one little spot for cookies, brownies, vanilla, pudding, that type of thing. Over here in this little basket, it's my spice packets, my sauces, my marinades, stuff like that. So I just tried to designate everything that I use to a certain space or bin. Now, I've been watching a lot of YouTubers, and they have baskets for every little thing, even their canned food. And I tried it, and here's one right here as an example. You cannot see in this basket. You cannot. If I had baskets just all over this pantry, I wouldn't know what was in there. And if I know me, which I know me pretty good, that stuff would go bad because I wouldn't know what was in it. And the only reason I have put this stuff in this basket is because I know it's rice, quinoa, and couscous. That's all that's in there. That's it. So if I need, and this is like simple stuff, 90-second stuff, microwave stuff. This, you guys, I love this stuff. But I do have some recipes that call for, the raw quinoa. And so anyway, I thought, if I designate one basket for that, I think that's going to be okay because I already know what's in there. So did that. Got my canned food stuff here. This is nothing but salt and pepper. It's just salt and pepper. And I've got multiples, anyway, I needed a place to put it. I felt like this Lazy Susan was the best alternative until I can use some of this stuff down. We also have like protein powder and vitamins and stuff like that. We needed a place in here for that. So it's here, easy access. I don't use this stuff. I probably need to, y'all. I needed easy access for John. Just come in here, get your vitamins, get your protein, because he works out just about every day. So tried to incorporate that into this pantry. Now, down here on this shelf, I tried to make it just a breakfast shelf. Cereal, I probably don't need 2 of these cereal containers. I probably don't, but there's 2. There's one for granola. There's one for oats. Pancake stuff, my seeds, mixed nuts, my raisins and stuff. It's all here together. Y'all, my bread has been an issue. It has been a big issue. And when we first moved here from the big house, I had several of these and I sold them because I thought, I don't need that anymore. Well, then I wound up buying another one. And for the bread, y'all, I buy way too much bread, and I'll show you that here in just a second. Here's another shelf that was taken up by nothing but Ziplocs and foil and plastic wrap. In my big house, I had a drawer that housed this whole system, and it's a good system. I love this system, but living in this smaller place, I don't have a drawer that will work on that. So I wound up putting that on a shelf instead of a drawer, and you just do what you have to do. And so that's what I wound up doing there. Just a word of advice: if you go to like a Costco or Sam's or something like that to buy your plastic wrap and aluminum foil. Just know that it's going to last you 5 years. It will. It's a lot, probably too much, especially for a household of 2 or 3 people. This stuff is going to last you forever. Now, here's the thing. You're going to have to drag this stuff out, and it's a pain, and it's heavy. It's a pain to have to drag out. So I wound up putting that here just to use it up, basically. And from now on, or after I use this, I think what I'm going to do is just stick with the smaller rolls that I can manage in these. It'll be way less inventory, I think. I don't go through it that often. Anyway, I do have a fire extinguisher back here and a couple little extra, I got that vase. I've shown that a bunch of times. I'm not getting rid of it yet. And an extra little glass container in case I need that for some kind of flour or something. This little wooden thing I've got really for potatoes. I think there's some garlic in there too. I was putting onions and potatoes in that, but now I'm putting my onions in the fridge. So anyway, because I was talking about having a problem with bread, what I wound up doing is just using an extra container that I had that I was going to donate. And I thought, I need that for bread, because that little slide-on shelf does not house all the bread that I buy. Y'all, buy too much bread. I did want to designate a place for the snack stuff. I needed some kind of little basket or container for like snack bars. Y'all, this is candy. It's left over from Halloween. Popcorn. Down here is crackers. I needed a pretty big space for like chips and pretzels and stuff like that. So I feel like I've got everything grouped together. Y'all, this here is extra stuff, like not condiments, but extra, like your pimentos, your capers, your mushrooms, your olives, stuff like that. So I just placed it here with the canned food. And down here, I wound up trying to keep my pasta together. And, I do have a couple containers for a couple different kinds of pasta. But, pasta comes in all kinds of different ways. You got your suddenly salad and your mac and cheese and your spaghetti and then your ramen, Still wanted to keep that on the same shelf, so I did that. I didn't put it in a container because I need to see it. I need to be able to see this stuff. So that's why I didn't do that. So I wound up with this shelf that's empty, you guys. It's empty. So what do you do with an empty space? What do you do there? You put some decor in there, or try to make it look nice, But down here, I needed a place for my cookbooks. And I used to have, no joke, probably 200, and got rid of, I donated, I won't even say, some old ones, and I hope somebody got them that can appreciate the fact that they're so old. They were vintage. Got rid of so many cookbooks. So just hung on to a few. And really, right now, do we even need a whole bunch of cookbooks? We have Pinterest and stuff like that. So anyway, shrunk this way down to just that amount and found a place for it. Now, in my last big house, I did not have these were in drawers. Didn't have a place in the pantry for that. Also didn't have a place in the pantry for a lot of these appliances. Now I do, and I don't know how that happened. I really don't. I don't know how that happened, but I'm grateful for this, and I'm grateful. Well, I'm glad that I was able to put the appliances all in one area from top to bottom. They're here. They're not all scattered. Other than there was a couple things that did not fit, which is this electric skillet. I call it a pancake skillet. You know what I'm talking about. And there's a pot up there I don't use. I really don't use it much at all. But I thought I'm gonna just keep hanging on to it until I know for sure if I use it or not. So anyway, this is what is fixing to happen. And even though I have tweaked this the best that I can, even though it's not picture perfect, it's not. But I did have, if you guys will remember, a mop bucket in here. I didn't have anywhere to put the mop bucket. The mop bucket's gone. Now what this is here, this is what I got from Amazon, and it's a bag storage. And you just poke your Walmart bags in it, and you know, you got this space to pull them out. And I think it's gonna have to go here. I thought about putting it here on this little wall, but I thought, you know, with the bags hanging out, it might interfere with some of this stuff. I'm gonna see if John can hang this maybe just right here, since we have this little space of wall, and we talked about putting shelves here. But if I have more shelves, that means that I'm going to have to maintain more inventory. And I don't want to have to do that. I want to keep it minimal as I can. And you can already see, you know, look at all this stuff. I need to go through this stuff, use some of this stuff, just keep what I need. I'm not a prepper, even though I think the preppers are on to something, you know. I mean, I really respect them, but I'm just not one. That is what the pantry is looking like for now. You know, I think it's a good idea to, even if you like your pantry is set up the way you like it, I still think it's very, very important to go through it and look at it, look at all of it. Y'all, I looked at every item in here to make sure that it was good. Y'all, I had a garbage bag full. I'm not even kidding. I had a garbage bag full of stuff that was expired. You know, why do we do that? Why do we let it go that long? So that's something to be mindful about, and that's something I'm going to try to be mindful about as well. Not letting it get out of hand and just keeping a whole bunch of crap we don't need. So anyway, hopefully this will be hung and we will just keep rocking on. But this is the pantry that has been under my skin for since July, since we moved in here. And I think I've got it functional enough that I can work with this. And you know, it's I could probably make it look a whole lot prettier, but for right now it's functioning perfect. So I'm not gonna jack with it. I'm just gonna roll with it. So far, that is the pantry, you guys. Alrighty, you guys, just a quick little laundry tip for anybody that struggles with getting their laundry done. Y'all, I have for years and years, you know, keeping up on the laundry, and I've had systems put in place, and they would work, you know, the one load a day, or you know, just different things. But you know, your life changes, your kids grow up, your laundry needs change. But what I did in my big house, the last one, before coming here, what I did to stay on top of my laundry was get smaller laundry baskets, is what I did. And I'm still utilizing that same concept, because even in the big house, I had one of these upstairs, and when it gets full, and sometimes it would run over. I only had one daughter at home then, but when it got full or when it started to overflow, she had no choice. She would have to, go down and do her laundry. Sometimes if I didn't have a full load, I would go up there and grab a handful to make a full load, just to save water and energy and that type of thing. But I'm still using this. This came from my closet. I have another one in the spare bedroom closet for if we have company or whatever. It's never going to be used, but it's there, if I may have one of the grandkids for a week and they may need a little hamper, but not a gigantic one. The bigger the hamper, the more the clothes are going to pile up. And I don't like that. I want it to be kept at a minimal. So I just brought this from my closet and I thought, okay, well, I'm going to do some whites. And so I'm going to take this back. This is how I stay on top of my laundry, though, you guys. It's just by using smaller little laundry baskets. Look, there's something pink on that one. This is how I do it. I just use small baskets, and it seems to work. It works real good. That way it doesn't get too bad out of hand. It's a lot easier to store, too. The big hampers, they take up some room. So, and the closet is not in the best order because we're still, when we cleaned out the storage building, we had a lot of extra stuff, books, and anyway, we just piled it in here, and we do have a plan to make this a little better, a little more organized if we can. And anyway, but back to the laundry. That little space right there was just perfect for this little short squatty basket. So when it gets full, I take it out, and that has helped me quite a bit with keeping up with the laundry. Hopefully you can utilize that in your home too. It works for me. I've done it all different kinds of ways, you guys, but for now that works for me, and I'm just going to keep doing what works for me right now, this period in my life. So anyway, just wanted to share that, you guys. Okay, so it's loud. It's loud in here because this washing machine is going, but another little tip, you guys, to keep your laundry room a little bit in order. It doesn't have to be spotless, but when I was putting this, doing these white clothes, I noticed up here, it's dirty, is basically what I was wanting to say. It's dirty. My advice to anybody, when you see something like this, just take care of it immediately. That doesn't mean that you have to deep clean your whole laundry room or the floors or anything else, but keep the surfaces clean, and it will look clean. It will feel clean, even though you might know it's really not, like the baseboards or whatever, but it helps. Every little bit helps, and y'all, this takes seconds to do. So this is something that I do in all kinds of areas. If I see this, no matter where it's at, try to address it at the moment, and it's just a lot easier to maintain that way, and it'll help you. It will. It's helped me, and it works, you guys.
guys, I hope you have enjoyed me sharing my pantry, what I did with my pantry, and my couple little laundry tips, how I stay on top of laundry, and how I, wipe the surfaces. It's just like your counters or bathroom counter or whatever. If you see something, do it right then, it helps. It really does. And it takes just a couple seconds just to wipe something down. It helps. That's just what I do. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope, my thing is we're all so different. You may not have a pantry that looks like this one. My big house, it was way different than this one. And that's why, the struggle is real, because we're all working with different spaces. But regardless, we still got to make it work for our families, right? And also, it doesn't matter if we have kids at home. Our life is constantly changing. It does. Like it or not, we have entered these times when we've got little kids. We got little kids. Those struggles are way different than when we had teenage kids. Totally different dynamic there, okay? Our needs change, and the way that we organize, those change too. The way we decorate, it's all different. It changes because life is just rocking on. It's moving, y'all. It is. So now here I am. My kids are grown. They're grown. And they're gone. They're out. Even the dog is out. The dog left. And even though I got to babysit her, y'all, I got to babysit her this past weekend, and it was great. But let me share this. After she left, I went in there to make the bed. Y'all, my bed was plumb full of black hair. And, I was like, it kind of brought back old memories, But I don't care. I don't care. I will keep that dog anytime. I miss that dog so much. And I'm like, it used to just gripe me having to deal with all that hair. But now I'm like, well, you can bring the dog we're here. We can babysit, And so, it's not a big deal. We love it. We love having that dog. But my point is, your life is constantly changing. So remember that, even though it seems like some seasons, it seems like in the moment they last forever. You're never gonna get out of it. Like when your kids are little or whatever, y'all, it goes fast. It goes fast. Then all you have is your memories of it, and it's not bad memories of being tired or having a messy house or having laundry piled up on the couch and love seat and the bed. Sometimes you don't have those memories. When your life changes as being a retired mom, when your life changes and you look back, the things that stick out to you are the good things. It's not vacuuming up that dog hair. It's not all that laundry. It's none of that stuff. It's the good times. So anyway, with all that being said, y'all, I'm going way off path here. Just know your life is going to change, and you have to adapt, even if it's about the pantry, okay? My pantry right now looks nothing like what it looked like when I had 1 or 2 kids at home, okay? It's totally different. It's totally different. My laundry needs are totally different. So just keep in mind, okay, that things are going to change. So what you need to do for wherever you're at in your life right now, adapt some systems that work for the moment. Just for the moment. Let that play out, because it's going to change. I promise you, it's going to change. So anyway, you guys, with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. You guys, I love you guys, and I will talk to y'all soon. See ya. Bye-bye.